This video will teach you about seasons. Seasons are a great way to save yourself time when trying to register groups of classes, as well as it gives you options to some pretty cool features. Seasons you're going to find in the settings section down here. When I add a new season, I'm going to name it something. Like for me, I, at my studio, have all of my pole classes in 8-week sessions. So I might want to call this a pole season 6, which is going to be an 8-week course. It's going to start on the 3rd, and it's going to go until December 28th. Now, visible for client means, do I want this to be visible for my client? At this point, I don't, because I'm just creating it and I don't want them to see it. You can charge a specific registration fee, and allow waitlist. This will override the waitlist in your class. So when you set up your class, you said if a class could allow a waitlist or not. With seasons, this will override your waitlist. So for example, I have all of my normal pole classes set up that yes, you can waitlist. But because this is an 8-week term, I don't want anyone registering for a waitlist until after I close registration. So by keeping this unchecked right now, the season will override the class registration. So I'll get everyone into their original 8-week season, and then I'll come in here and change this, and then waitlists will be allowed. So that's kind of a great feature. Set course enrollment means that when they register for a class, it will register them for all 8 weeks of the class in this circumstance. Open class enrollment means that they will be able to pick and choose or register whenever they want. So if I want to lock them in at the start of a registration, I'm going to set course enrollment. If I'm going to then want to allow them to change between, once I get everyone registered, I'm going to switch it to open enrollment. So for my program, I start it with a set course enrollment. Then I'll come back in and make the season visible. Then after I close enrollment, I'll change it to open, because now only the people that have already registered will be able to continue to change between classes. And then I'll also change it to allow waitlists. So that's how I run my program. So now that I've created this season, what do I do with it? Well, there are a couple of different things that I do with it. First of all, when I create a class, I'm going to come in to, let's say, an intermediate pole class, and I'm going to create a schedule. Now, I want to be able to set my season, which was pole season 6. It automatically fills the date. It automatically fills all of those times and options for me. So now when I set my class day and time, it is going to automatically fill all 8. So instead of individually adding 8 classes, it is going to be an automatic all 8. So that's pretty sexy. Saves you a lot of time with your seasons. Other thing that I do with seasons is when I create my pricing sales items, if I'm creating a sales item and I come to this additional tab, class registration, here I can actually use the seasons to limit what they can or can't do. For example, I could say that they have all future schedules of a season. I could say that they have the same day and time, which is the one I personally use. So when I build my registration for a pole season, I say that I want it to register them for the same day and same time. Then as long as it's set to same course enrollment, if someone registers, their sales item will automatically put them in all of the Monday at 6 o'clock classes for me, all 8 of them, so I don't have to do it manually. So that's another thing that I really like about the season feature. It gives us the ability to really hone in on using any type of group booking and sales item and feature. So I hope that helps make some sense on how to use seasons. It's one of my absolute favorite features in Pole Studio Manager. Other important tip though, I will say before I sign off on this, you can have more than one season at a time. So in my studio, I actually have a beginner pole season a current upper level pole season, and then what I call an ongoing classes season. My ongoing classes season has all of my drop-in classes in it. My beginner pole has a different registration start and end date than the rest of my pole classes, which is why I separate them out. So at any given time, I have my current 2 pole seasons, beginner and everybody else. I have my upcoming pole seasons that are booking going on, beginner and everybody else. And then I have my actual overall aerial classes, fitness classes, which are ongoing. So at any given time within my company, I have 5 seasons running on behind the scenes to help everyone get booked the way I want them to get booked. I absolutely love the seasons feature. I hope you do too.